मैं प्रैक्टिकली इस किताब को जैसे मैं देखता हूँ, इसमें बहुत सारी चीजों को समावेश किया है, और कंटेंट जो पार्ट है उसमें सभी देवियों का, जितनी 10 देवियां हैं उनके मंत्र, ध्यान जो है, कवच है। तो स्पेशली काली कवच तो ऑलमोस्ट मैं करीब करीब हर दूसरे तीसरे दिन मैं सुनता ही हूँ। तो इसमें शिव शक्ति 1 10 महाविद्या 2 में 10 देवियों के बारे में उनका ओरिजिनल वर्सेस हैं और इनके इंग्लिश राइम ट्रांसलेशन है। मैं एक बार दीपक सहाय सर से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि इस बारे में थोड़ा सा जो है कुछ कहें, अपने 2 शब्द रखें।
प्रणाम। 10 महाविद्याओं के बारे में मैं मुनिंदर जी पे ही छोड़ दूंगा, वो ही कहें, वो ही ज्ञानी हैं इन चीजों में। मैं तो एक कुछ और ही कहना चाह रहा था, एंड आई जस्ट वांटेड टू टॉक अ लिटिल बिट एल्स, बेसिकली say on religion. Religion has been a universal force from time immemorial in some name or in some form. Man has always known the need to decipher or someone or something bigger than himself, or understand his own true nature. We are truly blessed to be born into the Sanatan Dharma, or the Dharma which is eternal and which is timeless. Our Dharma is full of, or is rather a repository of all knowledge, and more importantly, the elements which suggest the guidelines and waypoints for a life of Dharma. The treasure of knowledge is available through the study of Vedas, the Puranas, the Granths, the Upanishad,
Yes, sir.
the Shruti and the Smriti embodied in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Ramayana, etc. This is truly a treasure trove that we have. But unfortunately, it has been lost to us because of some quirk in history, which has actually deprived us of our mother tongue, which is Sanskrit.
Yes, sir.
As a generation, we have lost out on most of the valuable manuals on how to live a dharmic, peaceful, healthful, and productive life while trying for greater spiritual growth. We are indeed fortunate to have amongst us a writer, a composer, a poet, and a student of our scriptures, Sri Murinder Mishra ji, who has taken on one of the most stimulating exercises or treatises, the Dus Mahavidyas. The narrative of one divine mother worshipped as 10 cosmic personalities. He has translated it in verse from the original Sanskrit to English, so that we can all understand and benefit from the divine knowledge. The knowledge is not just of academic importance, but of great practical use in our day-to-day living. Apart from laying out the blueprint of performing rituals in all the 51 Shakti Peeths and the homes of Shakti Upasaks, it spells out the correlation between the 10 cosmic facets of Shakti.
Yes.
with the 10 major avatars in Sanatan Dharma and the correspondence of the Mahavidyas and the representations through the grahas in Jyotish. The study is deep and the benefits are endless on many levels, both transactional and spiritual.
Yes.
I now offer this book at the lotus feet of Ma Katyayani and seek her blessing for Shri Mishra and his book. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And I appreciate your efforts, your time. And
Not
it
at
has
all.
been it has, basically, I have learned many things and still pursue with passion learning all the things. I'm still making notes, keep on reading the books on Das Mahavidya, Das Devya जो है उसके ऊपर जो है. So it has been a very great learning, and I have I feel some change in my thought processes, as well as my practically the peace of mind as I learn and listen to all the hymns and verses again and again practically, but these books practically carry on. So I will request Muni Mitra sir to explain the contents and the background, as well as the spirit behind the force behind the book, the ShivShakti one.
Thank you. First, I'd like to appreciate the direction that Deepak ji has given us, and I totally appreciate from my heart. All of us are students, we are still learning, and I think right through life we'll continue to learn. Nobody can really comprehend such a vast knowledge. It's just impossible for anyone to comprehend. As a student, all I can say is that yes, it's not a religion, it's a way of life. And literally, it is a way of life. Because we are not lost in any religious sects. What we are really lost is the spirituality behind it. And that makes all the difference. I'll have my shortcomings, other authors will have their own shortcomings.
Their shortcomings, sir.
Now, what I'll say is Das Mahavidya is basically the 10 traits of energy. Because Shakti is basically energy. Shakti can be in two forms. One is pretty violent, and the other gives us a certain amount of breathing space and things can move accordingly. When it combines with Shiv, that is your consciousness, then things are born, things are created, and along with that, things will sustain, and that will also be the cause of destruction. Basically, the combination itself is what really starts things in progress, sustains it, and then destroys it. It's the combination of Shiv and Shakti. Shiv by itself or Shakti by itself are docile.
By itself.
They've got to combine together to really create something, or to run it, or to destroy it. The 10 fundamental energies or knowledge of cosmos. One is Kali. What does Kali really do? Kali is time, Kal, Samay. Now, Kal or Samay, if we can be within its boundaries, then we are stuck. If we get beyond the boundaries of time, then is where we take the next step. That's the first, Kali. That's one energy. You see, all these 10 energies are a guiding principle to move into the next phase. Like Tara gives you, it's a very fierce attribute, but outside with a very calm composure. Again, you've got to overcome all this, all these 10 Shaktis to move to the next stage. Then there's the third one, Sadoshi, this is basically the tamasic, rajasic and sattvic guns that we talk of. And these guns, again, must be overcome. In fact, in the Bhagavad Gita, it's very clearly written that those who go beyond these three guns, they are the ones who, at the end of the day, can reach him. That is Lord. Till we are lost in these three guns, we are stuck on the earth. Even if we are doing very good deeds, that's the sattvic area. For their fruits, if you say we have done it, then for their fruits, if you feel you have done it, then you must get the reward. And for that, you will have to be reborn. Bhuvneshwari, she is the mother god of the cosmos. She is the creator. That's the energy that has created everything. And of course, overall as mother, she has the power to sustain and destroy. So basically, then we have the feminine form of Bhairav. That is Bhairavi, Ma Bhairavi. That is the feminine form of Bhairav. Then Chinmast is basically when you go beyond your mind, your capability of mind and body, when you can go beyond that, don't get yourself entangled in that. And this self-attachment, I am so and so, that concept, when you can go beyond that, that is the path of Chinmast. Then you have Dhumvanti. Now this is, Dhumvanti is basically, you know, in life, there are sorrows, there are separations, things that are depriving. But when you, again out here, you've got to go beyond that. You can't get stuck into that area. Basically, all these energies, they are binding you, and we've got to grow out of it, out of that bondage. Then the mind, sense control. And basically, this is Banglamukhi, where your mind and sense control, you've got to again break out of that mind and sense control. Increase your concentration and move up. Get out of that. Then Matangi is, of course, the higher wisdom, that all are the same. Everyone is one. That's the Atma. Atma and Paramatma, basically that concept. Atma, Paramatma. Atma, Paramatma का रूप है. It's like a wave and ocean, जो हम लोग के यहाँ बहुत अच्छी तरह कहा गया है. Paramatma is the ocean, and every Atma is a wave. So basically, you are part of that. You may try to define yourself separate. यार ये wave ज़्यादा उठ गई, वो कम उठी. This chap had a better, higher level. But all that is foolishness, because all of us basically are part of that ocean. We all have got to get back to that. A wave cannot keep on sustaining ever at the top. It will have to come down and mix with the ocean. So that is Banglamukhi. That's what she teaches. Then Matangi is, I'm sorry, that is Matangi. And then you have Kamla, Ma Kamla, and that is basically getting detached from the world. And you may have all the worldly comforts, and still, if you can detach yourself. So these are the 10 energies that we have talked of in this book.
Sir, best part of the book is that it is the English rhyme translations practically, and it is so simple, so lucid, and all the rhymes, verses in Sanskrit are given, and anybody, if he is finding to little difficulty, then he can immediately switch over to English rhyme translation. What is it in these Sanskrit verses, and he can just understand everything, the context, content, as well as the force behind the book. So that is the best part, sir. It is really this especially in this English rhyme translation makes this book extraordinary and brilliant effort from you, sir.
I thank you all for that. What I'll say is that it's really a gift that has been given to me. It's not something that I ever thought I would do. It's just, it's a
Sir,
gift that has been given to me, and I've tried to justify whatever I can. But if this can in any way change the life even of one person, I think
yes, sir.
it is worth it. Even if I can
Sir,
change the
sir.
life of one person for a better.
Muninder, just
Yes,
a
sir.
question. When you
Yeah.
translate from Sanskrit to English, do you get the true value or the correct translation of the word into English?
No, it is impossible. It is just because there are so many words that you don't have words in English. You try to find substitutes, but frankly speaking, there are no words. There are number of, I mean, I'll just give you an example, a very simple example that my father used to give me. Tell me, झूठे का शब्द कोई इंग्लिश का, ये झूठा हो गया, इसका इंग्लिश है ही नहीं. Now you can find a substitute, try to find out a word, but I mean, there's so many words like this. They just beyond definition because English doesn't have those words. So what do? You get stuck. So you try to find something equivalent to try to penetrate or pass the idea down. But I don't think English can justify in any manner what really the depth of these verses are. It's just impossible. It's impossible. Even this, when we talk about ShivShakti, now Shiv is not something in human form. Shakti is not in human form. We have depicted it to make it comprehensive or comprehensible to us. Shakti is energy. How can you give energy a form? You can't. You can't give it. So that's where you get stuck. And what I'm finding is that, with time, this is the biggest snag that has developed in due course of time, is that, we've tried to define things in terms of Western concepts. And there's something way beyond the Western concepts. It's not within the Western concepts. They will not comprehend this unless they change their way of thinking. And we've, instead of trying to understand our own concepts, we've tried to change this into a Western concept. So even when I'm writing, I'm making that mistake. I know it. But I don't have an option when I write it. I know this is a mistake that I'm making. And I accept it because in the limited field that I have, trying to convert it into English, those limitations will be there. And even that's why I said, even if it convinces one person into a different kind of a life, a happier life, I think I'll have achieved whatever I want.
I have got, you will be little surprised that I have started making notes on this Dus Mahavidya series after reading your book and other books. So practically, I try to understand this. There's so many concepts that are written, and how this imagery, iconography, as well as the facts that are written there, how they are related with our lives, with our behavior, with our metamorphosis, as well as we try to understand the world, our overview of the world. It is not only the objectivity of the language, but the language that it conveys us the meaning, so many meanings to us. So it's a matter of great moment for me. It's a matter of, it is a really a proud moment for me to publish and release this book uh, with kind gesture of Deepak Sahai sir and your good wishes, sir. It's a great feeling. Great
I
feeling.
thank both of you. I thank both.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Muninder.
I hope you have the time to go through the book. That's all that
I will. I haven't gone through it. I will. That I surely will.
Thank you.
All the best.